Hi, I'm Catherine Crace. I'm a social worker, lawyer, and longtime mandated reporter trainer. Please note that while I'm an attorney licensed to practice law in New York State since 2001, I'm not your attorney. Nothing I say in my recordings should be construed as legal advice. Let's talk about leaving children unsupervised and when there's a responsibility to call Child Protective Services. There comes a time where every parent wonders if their child is old enough to be left home alone, and for how long. Unfortunately, we live in a society where too many people, especially professionals, quickly judge parents on their decision-making in this area. Parents generally have the right to determine when it's okay and not okay to leave their children unsupervised. It's usually unnecessary and actually harmful for a call to be made to Child Protective Services just because a professional is uncomfortable with a particular child being left home alone. Inadequate supervision as a form of child maltreatment is when a parent leaves a child unsupervised with an inappropriate caretaker or in an unsafe situation, and the child has been harmed or the child is in imminent danger of harm. Imminent danger of harm means that the harm is going to happen immediately or in the near future. If there's something that can be done to prevent the harm's not imminent. Contrary to popular belief, most states do not have a law that defines the age that a child can be left home alone. In a handful of states, the laws define a specific age a child can be left home alone, or for how long a child can be left home alone, usually 1 hour or 5 hours, for example. But even in states that have these kinds of laws, Child Protective Services will rarely take a report just because a child has been left home alone. They usually will instead ask questions about whether the child has been harmed or why there might be an imminent risk of harm. Different states have different laws and regulations. For instance, the age in Kansas is 6. In North Carolina, Maryland, and Georgia, it's 8. And in Illinois, it's 14. There are 37 states, including my home state of New York, where there is no age limit in the law. Since most states do not have a law that specifies parameters, parents generally have the right to make a decision about what's best for their child and family as long as the child is safe and well cared for. For some families, that means an 8-year-old can safely stay at home while their parent goes to the store, or a 12-year-old can watch a younger sibling while the parent goes out to dinner. In other parents, this might mean that a particular 16-year-old who can't quite be trusted shouldn't be left home alone at all. But these are decisions that should generally be left to parents. For parents looking for information to help you consider when or how to leave a child unsupervised, check out my website for some helpful resources. But for you professionals, if you find a parent who leaves their child home alone at an age or for a duration that you would not feel comfortable doing with your own child, stop and consider if you're judging the parent when you should be making an objective assessment. For professionals considering whether an unsupervised child necessitates a report to be made to CPS, you should consider the age of the child, the maturity of that particular child, the safety of that particular child, and the intent of that particular parent. If the parent is not considering the needs or guarding the safety of the child when leaving the child home alone, the situation may necessitate intervention, but the intervention might be a conversation with the parent or connecting them to child care services. A call to CPS is not legally required of a mandated reporter unless the child has been harmed or is in imminent danger of harm. There are many ways to reduce risk for unsupervised kids, including support for affordable childcare and universal paid sick leave laws. Another option includes widespread awareness campaigns that aim to educate parents so that children who are left home alone are done with the resources they need in order to be safe. A report to Child Protective Services is only required by mandated reporters when the concerns of the professional meet a definition of child maltreatment in that given state. Professionals can do a lot to support a family without having to report a family. To find out more about the concept of mandated supporting, check out my website. Thank you.